Hello and welcome. Take a breath, not because someone told you to, not to calm your mind, not to get ready for something deep, just because breath is happening. You're not the one doing it. It's just happening by itself, naturally. And in that one breath, everything is already here. Life, truth, peace, it's all there. What if nothing else needs to happen? What if the only thing stopping you from seeing the truth is the idea that you're not already it? The seeker is born the moment we feel something is missing. It doesn't matter what you're looking for: spiritual awakening, success, peace, love, meaning. The search begins from the feeling that something isn't right, that something is missing. The voice inside says, this moment isn't enough. I'm not enough. There's something more, and I need to find it. People often think seeking is a good thing, something deep or powerful, but really it's just a quiet way of saying, this is not okay. The belief that something is wrong with right now creates the need to change, fix, or rise above it. But the journey of seeking doesn't move in a straight line. It goes in circles: new questions, new teachers, new books, new meditations. It keeps going but never settles, because it can't settle. It's always chasing something else. You've probably heard people say, a true seeker does this, or a real spiritual person should be like that. Many spiritual teachers talk like there's a special way to act or live if you want to wake up. It's like you have to wear a mask to be worthy of truth. But let's stop and ask, am I really here to become someone new? Do I need to earn awakening like a prize? Imagine someone chasing money. They work, they earn, but soon it's not enough. They want more. They start doing anything to get more. It becomes crazy. Spiritual seeking can be the same. What starts as a simple wish for truth turns into endless chasing. You think you need more teachings, more effort, more answers. But the whole point of the path was to realize that what you were looking for was already inside you. When you finally see that, there's no reason to keep searching. If you don't stop the search even then, you might fall into the same madness, just with a spiritual name. The truth isn't far away. It's you. There's nothing in this world that isn't part of you. The idea of separation, different people, different things, the huge space between us. It all looks real, but in a deeper way, it's all one. Everything is you, appearing in many different forms. One being, one awareness, playing as many lives. This isn't something you need to believe. It's something you begin to see for yourself. And when you see this, everything changes. The search ends, not because you gave up, but because you understand there's nothing missing. You're already whole. And from that, a new kind of life begins. You enjoy little things. You stop rushing. You stop trying to prove yourself. Life becomes something to experience, not something to fix. And here's the strange thing. This is when real change begins. You start to grow, not by trying hard, but by noticing more. You become more yourself. You become more clear, more loving, more alive. Not because you're chasing goals, but because you're aware. Aware that you're not separate from anything. Aware that you are life itself. From that place, goals still come. You still work, create, dream. But now it doesn't come from fear or lack. You act with peace, not pressure. You move with love, not stress. This is what it means to live as awareness itself. This is what becomes possible when the seeking ends. One day you might feel a quiet thought rise inside you. It might not be loud, but it feels true. A thought like, this search isn't going anywhere. You've tried the meditations, the teachings, the books, you've had beautiful moments of peace. But still, something feels missing. Why? Not because you did something wrong, but because the search is built on the idea that the answer is somewhere else. And as long as you're searching, you're believing that lie. You're telling yourself that truth, peace, and love are not already here. The seeker is someone who believes they are far from what they want, and that belief creates the feeling of distance, even though there was never any distance at all. There's a deeper question waiting behind all the others. Who is the one who's seeking? Who is this person that wants, asks, and moves toward truth? This isn't a puzzle to solve. It's a mirror, because when you look closely and honestly, you'll see that the seeker isn't real. It's just a thought. It's just an identity made from memory and desire. It's a habit, a pattern. It's not something solid. It's not even you. It's like a wave on the surface of the ocean. It rises, then falls. When you really see this, not just understand it in your head, the whole search begins to break apart. Not because you gave up, but because it's not needed anymore. But when this happens, something else might come, a quiet sadness, because for a long time, the seeker gave you meaning. Even when it was hard, it gave you a reason to wake up in the morning. So when the search ends, it might feel like a loss. But what's really dying is the idea that you were ever separate from truth. When that illusion falls away, you don't feel empty. You feel full. Full of something deep and quiet. A peace that doesn't need words. A calm that doesn't need reasons. It doesn't show itself off. It just is. There's nothing fancy about this. No fireworks, no final moment. The end of seeking doesn't happen in time. It's not a finish line. It's the moment you realize there never was a race at all. The truth is simple, so simple that the thinking mind can't understand it. The mind is built to do, to fix, to reach. But in the present moment, there's nothing to fix, nothing to reach. Just being. Your mind might not like this. It might say, so now what? If I'm not seeking, what do I do? That's just the mind trying to stay in control. It doesn't know how to rest. It wants to improve things. It wants to grow, but you don't need to fight the mind. You don't need to push it away. Just see it for what it is. A thought, a habit. You are not your thoughts. You are the space where those thoughts come and go. And when you truly see that, the need to seek fades away. But life doesn't stop. You still eat, walk, feel, speak. You still live, but now your actions don't come from fear. They come from peace. You're no longer trying to get somewhere. You're just living. Meditation, reading, creativity, these things can still happen. But you're not using them as tools to reach some perfect state. They just happen on their own. And because of that, life becomes simple. Not always easy, but much simpler. There's no battle between where you are and where you think you should be. There's just this moment. When the seeking stops, even the small parts of life feel special. Eating a meal, sitting in silence, watching the wind move through the trees. These things feel alive. You don't have a spiritual life and a normal life. It's all one life, one presence. And that presence has been here all along. You didn't need to find it. He just needed to stop looking for it somewhere else. The light wasn't lost. You were just looking in the wrong direction. You can't force this realization. You can't fake it. It comes when it comes. Or better said, it shows up when you finally stop trying so hard. When you stop chasing, what's always been here becomes visible. Peace isn't a reward. It's what you see when the one trying to get peace is no longer believed. Freedom isn't a thing you earn. It's what remains when there's no one left to be trapped. Even now, your mind might say, "Okay, I get it. Now I have to hold on to this feeling. I have to keep this understanding." That's just the seeker again, wearing a new outfit. Let go of even that. Don't try to hold on. Let it move through you. Let it pass. You don't need to hold the truth. You don't need to remember it. It's always here. When you stop holding on, you'll see it never left. You don't need to run away from the world. You don't need to live alone or be special. The end of the seeker doesn't mean you become some holy person. It means the idea of being someone drops away. You're not a spiritual person. You're not awakened. You're not unawakened. You're not anything you can name. You are awareness itself. You are the open sky, not the cloud. The movie screen, not the movie. The deep ocean, not the wave. And when you see this clearly, a deep peace starts to grow in you. You realize you don't have to hold the world on your shoulders. You don't have to control life. You don't have to fix everything. You are the space where life happens. And from that seeing, the heavy feeling starts to fade. Not because you solved every problem, but because the idea that you had to solve them goes away. You stop trying to become something. You stop chasing a better future. And you rest. And in that rest, life moves. In that rest, understanding comes. In that rest, love rises not as an emotion, but as who you are. There's nothing to add, nothing to fix, nothing to wait for. The search ends not because you found something, but because you finally saw that what you were looking for was never separate from you. It was never far away. You just didn't notice it. So now, take a breath, not to reach a state, not to calm down. Just because breathing is happening, life is happening, and you are not separate from it. The death of the seeker is not an end. It's a beginning, a new way of living, a new way of seeing, a new way of loving, a new way of walking with no destination needed, a new way of being real, full, and alive. You don't have to remember anything I've said. You don't need to repeat it. You don't need to become someone new. Just let these words pass like clouds in the sky, and notice what's still here after the clouds fade. That presence, that quiet space, that soft awareness that is you. That is what never began and will never end. That is the end of seeking. And that is the truth that no seeker ever needed to find. Thank you for watching.